Hey guys, Adam here from Dojo Launch. Today I'm going to talk about how to convert your trials into paying students. So a lot of gyms, they struggle with closing their trials once they actually come into a class. It's easy to get high volumes of leads with Facebook and other platforms, but what's hard is to close those leads into paying students. Today, I'm going to give you some tips on how you can do that. I would say my first tip, and probably the most impactful tip that you can apply, have some sort of incentive for new students. So what I mean by that is, let's say a new kid and parent come into trial class. Kid has a great time, bring them back to the office, start discussing some membership plans. What you can do to incentivize them to sign up right on that day is to give them some sort of offer, like a free uniform or a 10% discount off your membership, and tell them that that offer is for that day only. That way, when these people are the most excited, you're giving them an offer that's almost irresistible. And what I find when I used to work at my parents' martial arts gyms is 8 or 9 times out of 10, we'd actually get someone converting from a trial into a paying student. And that's an insanely high sign-up rate. Here, a lot of gyms, they sign up like 40, 50%. So imagine signing up almost double the amount of people, and all you have to do is just add an incentive. Another tip for you guys is, if you're struggling to convert your trials into paying students, follow up with them. Let's say worst case scenario, they're not ready to sign up right away and want to do more classes. Make sure you stay on top of them. Text them every day, send them emails, give them a call. Make sure that you actually schedule their next class so it's set in stone in the calendar. You have a commitment from them, and follow up with them until they come into that next class. Then when they come for that next class, make sure they have the best time possible, and before they leave, make sure you answer any objections. And that goes into my third point. If you want to sign up people, you have to know what the objections will be ahead of time. So let's say, for example, you have a parent who comes in, right? And they're like, we really like your classes and everything, but it's just too expensive. What do you do about that? What I like to do is I'll circle back to their pain points, right? So before I even go to pitch the memberships to them, I want to know why they're coming into the class first, or why they're bringing their kids in, right? So let's say you had a conversation with their parent and you were like, so why are you bringing Johnny in for classes today? And they're like, Johnny, he struggles with his confidence and he doesn't listen to me when I try to tell him to do things at home, and he's getting bullied at school right now. From there, you can talk about the benefits. Well, martial arts, it helps kids with self-defense. And then when it comes time to going over the membership prices with them, and they're like, oh, it's too expensive, you can circle back around to their pain point. Look, I know it's a bit higher than what you anticipated, but you mentioned to me that, Johnny's getting bullied right now and he's having a really tough time in school. And what we do really helps kids. This is an investment in your child's future. Are you dedicated to helping your child? Is this something that you really want for them? And when you talk about it that way, then they remember why they brought their kids in, and then they think about it. Investment in my child's future. Parents will do anything for kids. So if you word it like that, it kind of eliminates objections for them, right? But what I'm getting at is, ahead of time, you want to know what are the objections that these parents are going to bring up. Make sure that you have rebuttals ready for each of their objections. Last thing I'll finish off with is, a lot of gym owners that I work with, they're uncomfortable with sales. They don't want to go over the membership prices. They're uncomfortable with closing a deal. The way I look at sales is, you're a facilitator for the potential client's decisions. So what does that mean? I'll give you an example. When you go to a doctor, you're sick and you go to a doctor. Do you tell the doctor, oh, I have these symptoms, so give me this medication? The doctor will look at you like you're crazy and tell you to leave. When you go to a doctor, they ask you questions. to better understand your symptoms, then they prescribe you the right medication. I look at sales the same way. When someone comes in your office, you're the expert. You're asking them questions to better understand their pain points and their situation and what they want out of this. And then you can help them make the right decision. So you ask them questions about why they want to get into martial arts, what they hope to get out of it, have they done martial arts or sports in the past, things like that. And then when it gets down to the membership, you have a much better understanding of all of their wants and needs, and it becomes a much easier close. So you're not the person who's trying to do the pitching or anything like that. You're just someone who's just helping them make their decision, and that's it. So those are my tips for how to close more trials into paying members. These are tips that works for my own parents' martial arts gyms. And again, I've seen as high as 80 to 90% closing rates with these tips that I gave you. So if you guys have any questions, leave a comment below. I'll get back to you. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more weekly videos. And I'll see you next week.